Breaking now, tornado sirens going off in Dallas. Let's see if we can hear it. A thunderstorm with a tornado warning on it moving into the downtown Dallas area right now. Dallas under a tornado warning here until 6:15. This rotation has been fairly broad, and the National Weather Service office is saying that that they are seeing a bit of rotation with it. They still have the tornado warning on it, and you need to be in your safe place. All right, lowest level of your home. Please stay away from windows. Get your families to your safe place right now if you have not done so already, as this thunderstorm is coming right into the Dallas area. We've been watching this all the way from the Waxahachie area as it's been moving northward. We've been looking through the eyes of our KXAS Thunder Truck, the storm tracking vehicle. They are continuing to be on the south end of that, and they are moving into that area now to get a better view of it. Let's pause for just a moment once again as we listen to the thunder and see the lightning here as this storm moves into Dallas. Yeah, okay. Not hearing the sirens, but we're told they're going off right now. But of course, you can hear the sound of thunder, a lot of lightning with this. Dr. Forbes, you're watching this on the radar. What are you seeing now in terms of the rotation and the tornado danger here?
Well, the tornado rotation is a bit on the broad side coming into the Dallas area, but it has developed a pretty well-defined hook echo that often means that there's a possibility of a tornado that would be coming this way. We do have not one but three storms that are from the south side of Dallas farther down to the south, that all of them are going to be coming up toward the Dallas metro area. Let's take a look here at the high-definition radar. So here's the body of the storm that is already over the south side of Dallas. Now, a brand new scan has just come in. So this area, I won't call it a debris ball, but this is where the mesocyclone is. This is where the low-level rotation of the updraft of the storm is coming in. And so the storm is rotating around like that. The inflow, the warm inflow then is coming across like that. Dallas County, you are under tornado warning. And let me show the velocities here. It's tightened up a little bit. We have reds that are going eastbound, the greens in a storm relative sense at least going westbound. So southeast side of Dallas going to come up across the north side of Dallas there with that velocity and possible tornado development. Now let me see, at this point, do we have any debris signatures showing up? Not in those areas. All of those colors, reds, purples, those are all indicative of precipitation. So if we had little blue specks, these are just noise out in the clear air. If we had a little blue hole in there, we'd be concerned about a tornado. But that area with the velocity is sort of in the inflow area where we're separating out the rain-cooled air wrapping around from the inflow coming in is where we're seeing the broad rotation with the storm. Now, taking a look here in the normal way and putting this in motion, you see that little hook that's coming up, or that little ball area coming up. So Dallas County, you're under a tornado warning until 6:15 from this particular storm, and tracking that out, and I'll adjust this just a little bit here for where that circulation is showing up. Coming across the Sargent area about 5:49, then to the northeast side of the Dallas metro area, Rawlins about 6 o'clock. Unless it makes a bit of a left turn, it's going to miss the heart of the downtown Dallas. You can hear the sirens right now. Spotters, we're getting a report now that spotters have reported a wedge-type wall cloud and a ropey funnel 5 to 6 miles south of Dallas at about, well, just within the past minute. So we do have this broad rotation, but sometimes you can get brief tornadoes that will come down out of that. So dangerous situation for the southeast and then immediately east of downtown Dallas coming up. And it's not just this first storm, because there's another storm on the way that has produced a tornado around Hillsborough. That one is now tornado warned for Ellis and Johnson counties. It is getting close to the Maypearl area. You can see here this hook that is jutted out. It is taking a bit of a backward sea curvature, suggesting that this storm too is getting a bit of a gust front on it. That, if it holds together and keeps on this path, would come into Dallas about 6:32 p.m., probably a little bit more likely the south and east side. So we still have 45 minutes or more of threats from this particular storm. Its rotation is weakened a little bit, but it's right around the Maypearl area. And south of that, we've lost the hook echo that we had farther south, north and east of the Waco area. We'll be right back, folks. Stay safe.
Welcome back as we continue breaking right now around the Dallas area. We are watching areas here in South Dallas County. This view from the KXAS television storm tracking vehicle, they called it the Thunder Truck, and you can see the south end of this thunderstorm here that is moving into the downtown Dallas area. It looks like probably the worst of it, missing the downtown area per se, mostly in the eastern part of the county. But you can see there's a lot of lightning with this, obviously, and there have been reports of some gusty winds. And even as it moves south of Dallas, there was a report of a wall cloud and what was described as a ropey funnel cloud. So very dangerous situation here as this continues to move through Dallas. But we're also watching another thunderstorm with a tornado warning on it south of Dallas County, but it is moving off toward the north and northeast right now too. So Dallas, you may very well be under a tornado warning for quite a while here. You probably just want to stay in your safe place for now. Dr. Forbes, you're watching this on the radar as well. What are you seeing in terms of the worst of these two storms?
Well, it's just slightly east of down. Well, the worst of the two storms is the southern one that's down, that's produced some tornadoes between Itasca and Maypearl. The storm that's right over the east side of Dallas right now has had a bit of a wall cloud around the I-45 and Lamar, the I-45 and Loop 12 area, pretty close down to the ground. Here is the situation down in a couple of storms there, right under the L's in Dallas and just to the south. One tornado warning up in southwest Missouri. That is Barry County. We may get to that one as well. Here's the high definition radar showing here is downtown Dallas. So here's the body of the storm. You can pretty clearly see here now this anticyclonic or this clockwise shaped area where gusting air has come out. The warm air is pushing into here. So it may try to reform a tornado circulation a little bit farther to the east. Previously, the tornado circulation had been pretty much down on the south edge of that. Let's take a look at the velocities. I'll show you up here. This is at an altitude a little bit above the ground. You can see here there is some reds eastbound, some greens westbound, and showing, let's take a look at that compared to the radar. So that's out in that area where I talked about, trying perhaps to form a new circulation. I'm going to take this down to the surface level then, and we'll get a little bit different view of the situation. That's what we've been seeing on our conventional radar. We're seeing, again, sort of right above that circulation, a little bit of low hanging. This would be the wall cloud of the particular storm, and it is heading off toward the east, toward the Garland area of the Dallas metro area. Now down to the south, it's a bit different situation with this particular storm that's heading down to the areas just south and east of Midlothian. Well-defined hook echo there, heading up toward the area right here, which is Ovilla. And taking a look at the velocities on this one, still not extremely strong velocities on this one, but this one is one that has produced some tornadoes. I'll go then to track some of this out. Dallas County with a tornado warning there, tracking this one out, coming up toward the Garland area about 6 o'clock or 6:06 or so, up across the Rawlins area. Then the storm that's down near Maypearl right now, Ellis County with a tornado warning, and this one has produced several tornadoes. That one probably going to come back up to that same east side of Dallas, coming up across DeSoto about 6:12, up into the Hutchins area about 6:27. So a dangerous storm there. It too has lost a little bit of its rotation. Up in Barry County, southwest Missouri, around the Cassville area, this storm around Exeter has pretty well-defined circulation just southwest of Cassville. Whoop.
Welcome back as we continue to cover breaking news out of the Dallas area. We are looking at the south side of a storm moving through the Dallas area right now. This, a view from our KXAS storm spotters who are driving what they call their Thunder Truck. That's their storm tracking vehicle. This is south of the Dallas, Texas area as this thunderstorm continues to move northward now out of the downtown area. It's moving toward Interstate 6:35. And we'll have to watch out around the Richardson area, around Garland as well. A tornado-warned storm that had a funnel cloud reported on it very close to the ground, and a wall cloud reported south of Dallas as well. That's one storm that we're watching. There's another one south of the Dallas area that is moving toward that region that could affect areas once again affected by this very same storm. So, Dr. Forbes, watching this on the radar, you're watching both of these storms right now.
And fortunately, Nick, both of them have weakened a little bit. They seem to be going through a phase where we've had some rain-cooled air wrap around. Now, sometimes supercell thunderstorms like this will cycle. They'll have one phase of the development when rain will wrap around it, but then they can develop a new hook echo and a new circulation at low levels and regenerate a tornado. So underneath the L's, there's a tornado warning for Dallas County, and then just to the south, Ellis and Johnson counties, a couple of tornado warnings there, as well as up in Barry County in southwest Missouri. Let's take a look here. The high-definition radar is showing that the worst of the storm now has pushed off to the north and east of Dallas. There is the hook echo, the wall cloud right down at the ground, showing up about there. We go up a little bit more, and you can see what I'm talking about. The backward C shape, suggesting that the storm has gusted out just a little bit. But that said, there still is some rotation showing up there. So coming up toward the Garland area, we could be getting yet another possible tornado redevelop. Down toward the Midlothian area, heading up toward Avila. This storm has a better defined hook echo. In this area coming up toward Avila, we could get a potential tornado as well. Again, for the Dallas metro area, we do have a tornado warning for this storm. Tracking that one out, it would be coming up toward Garland about 6:07. The storm farther to the south is just to the north and east of Maypearl right now. It has produced some tornadoes. That one could come up to Dallas or just east of Dallas about 6:29 p.m. So dangerous storms in progress with reports of tornadoes that we've already had. Stay with us. We'll continue to keep you up to date.
One big storm, three big problems. We're talking blizzard conditions with heavy snow and ice, also severe storms with tornadoes and damaging wind, and torrential rain leading to life-threatening flooding. It's all happening from Winter Storm Goliath, a storm that may just live up to its giant reputation. But breaking right now, the tornado warning reissued for the Dallas County area, and it extended now into Collin County. So around the Frisco, the Plano, the Richardson areas now under warnings here for a storm that had some rotation with it. A funnel cloud reported from it south of Dallas, and as it continues to move off toward the north, now this warning for Collin County as well as northern Dallas County. Just one of a couple of storms that could affect the Dallas area here over the next several minutes. We want to thank you for joining us for this special report on Winter Storm Goliath. I'm Nick Walker. We have expert team coverage helping to keep you safe and informed. Severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes is keeping a close eye on the severe storm from Goliath. And winter weather expert Tom Nizzle covering the dangerous wintry side of the storm. So Tom, tell us what we want people to know about this storm right now.
20 million people under the winter storm warnings and blizzard warnings and watches right now. Amarillo, Texas, one of the areas that could see 30 hours of blizzard conditions coming up tonight, going in through the day tomorrow. So there's a lot going on there, as much as 1.5 to 2 feet of snow across the south. This storm moves up into the Midwest. So this is going to be a big storm on the winter side, but we've got a lot going on the severe side now. I want to send you over to Dr. Greg Forbes. Greg, the latest on the warnings.
Yeah, Tom, it's spring in December here in the south where the temperatures have hit 80 degrees today in parts of Texas. Still a couple of tornado warnings north side and then south side of the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area, as well as Barry County in Missouri. Let's take a look at what's going on in Dallas area. This is not Fort Worth, it's the Dallas metro area. Taking a look here, you can see there's the body of the storm, and then this hook echo comes around. So we're north and east of Dallas, up to the north and east of University Park, up toward the Garland area now, where the warm air is coming in here. Some of the rain-cooled air is wrapped around, and sometimes we get reformation. This storm has cycled a little bit, probably produced a tornado, a brief tornado, and then has gusted out with some of that rain-cooled air. The circulation up in this area east of University Park, probably going to go in between Richardson and the Garland area. I'm not seeing at this point any sign in there of any debris signature up in that particular location. I'll go back to the normal way we look at things and slide down because there's yet another storm on the way. And this one, you see the lavender colored warning. That's because there have been several tornado reports with this particular storm. This one has a very well-defined hook echo, has regenerated the hook echo here. Let me take a look at the velocities on this one and see what it's looking like. It's trying to re-intensify. This one is cycling, trying to re-intensify a tornado. Can you see the greens going northwest, the red southeastbound? And so that one's coming up toward the Avila area, the Glen Heights area. Just got a few noisy blips that have come into that maybe a little bit of hail contamination or traffic or something like that. So the northern of the storms now is heading up out of Dallas County into Collin County with tornado warnings there, and tracking that one out, coming up toward areas between Richardson and Sakshi. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. In the 604, 609, Garland, 614 time frame. Then the next storm down the line has pushed, it's heading with a well-defined hook echo out of Ellis County up into the Dallas County area. DeSoto, that could be coming to your area about 6:15. Dallas, or maybe just the east side of Dallas, about 6:31 p.m. And then up into the Missouri area, Barry County, not far from Cassville. We do have a tornado warning there. That one is pushing. I'll have to slide this one along just a little bit from the areas now up toward the Mineral Spring right about at this point in time, and then heading off toward the Jenkins and the Quail area. This storm has a decent rotation at times. It maybe is gusting out like some of the others. I'm not seeing it. It's also not in the greatest radar coverage area. So Nick, some dangerous storms out there, and even farther to the north in Missouri, flash flood warnings abound. Nick?
Yeah, we're continuing to see big-time problems, and it's affecting travel, as you might anticipate. There is a ground stop at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport right now, and we're continuing to get reports of tightening rotation, as well as on National Weather Service chat. There was on that storm that is to the south of Dallas now, it looks as if there was some power flashes being reported, let me see, around Red Oak. So there may be some problems there, possible tornado. Okay, again, Dallas and Ellis County, Dallas, Grand Prairie, Irving, all of those areas here. It looks like probably the worst of the circulation, though, moving to the east of the Grand Prairie area, once again to the Dallas area. 2 tornado warnings covering Dallas right now. And these tornado warnings extend all the way down south of Dallas into Ellis County, up through Dallas County, and even into Collin County, including the Plano area. So it's a huge area under warnings, and that is due to the fact that we have those 2 storms that are continuing to plague the area. So again, we've been telling you this before, you need to be in your safe place right now. In the Dallas area, you need to be at the lowest level of your home, away from windows. And I know there's a temptation, you know, when you get tornadoes, especially an unseasonable thing like this, that you want to go out and see something. Don't do it. Resist that urge. Get down to the lowest level of your home, your safe place, and shelter yourself, because you are under this tornado threat, not only from the tornado warned storm that is moving to the north now of the Dallas area, but also the next one that is moving from the south that actually had reports earlier around the Hillsborough area of tornadoes with it. So we may very well see more tornadoes with this coming into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're looking at live views now, 2 of them you see on the right-hand side of your screen. Downtown Dallas, still under that warning now as that thunderstorm passes off toward the north of you, but also under a warning for the severe storm that is moving into the Dallas area now, moving very close to to DeSoto, basically to the west of DeSoto now, the storm, and it will be moving into the Dallas area. Look at the lightning in South Dallas now from the KXES Thunder Truck. Their storm tracking vehicle picking up the shot on the south side of this storm as it continues to move up through the area. They're basically, looks like they're sort of in the midst of this tornado-warned storm right now. So, Greg, why don't we take a closer look now at this storm, this very dangerous one?
Now we're going to go back to the taking a look at the high-definition radar here and show both of these particular storms. Here is the one that has gone north and east of Dallas now. The biggest threat is up around the Garland area. But I'm going to slide down and take a look at the storm that's coming back toward the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. Look at the hook that is developed on that one. The saving grace may be that there's a lot of rain that's coming in out ahead of that, but still pretty strong rotation showing up now. In fact, increased rotation showing up around the Ovilla area. Maybe even, let me see if we have any debris signatures showing up here. Some clear return coming in there, maybe a tornado. And then I've taken a slice through that storm with very strong wind shear. The storm leans off to the northeast. It's about 40,000 feet tall. We'll be right back.